The Whisper from the Old Well. I grew up in a tiny village hidden deep in the woods, the kind of place where everyone knows each other and nothing ever seems to happen. After my grandmother passed away, I stayed alone in her old wooden house on the edge of the forest. The nearest neighbor lived almost a mile away, and behind the house stood endless pine trees that swallowed every sound. The old people in the village always warned me about an abandoned well somewhere in the forest. They said no one remembered who had dug it or why the grass refused to grow around it. During the day it looked ordinary enough, but after sunset nobody dared go near it. I laughed at those stories. I worked as a forest ranger, and almost every day I walked past that old well. Sometimes I thought I heard a faint whisper rising from its depths, but I always blamed the wind weaving through the trees. Everything changed in the middle of October. One night I woke to the sound of someone walking around my house. Slow. Heavy. Deliberate. The footsteps circled the walls for almost an hour before they suddenly stopped. I grabbed a flashlight and looked outside. Nothing. Only darkness. The next morning I searched the ground around the house. There wasn't a single footprint. The footsteps came back the following night. On the third night, someone knocked on my front door. 3 slow knocks. Knock, 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 I froze. Trying to steady my voice, I asked, "Who's there?" Silence. After a long minute I opened the door. No one was standing outside. The only thing waiting for me was a wet barefoot footprint on the porch. It pointed toward the forest. The next morning I told my elderly neighbor, Stepan, what had happened. The color drained from his face. "If you hear knocking again," he whispered, "don't open the door. And whatever you do, never answer the questions you'll hear near the well." "What questions?" He shook his head. "If you answer, it'll know you can hear it." That evening I couldn't sleep. At exactly 3 in the morning, the footsteps returned. This time they stopped beneath my bedroom window. Then I heard my grandmother's voice. "My dear, open the door. I'm so cold." My heart nearly stopped. I'd buried her with my own hands 2 years earlier. The voice continued, softer this time. "You promised, you'd never leave me alone." My eyes filled with tears. For a moment I almost reached for the doorknob. Then I remembered Stepan's warning. The house fell completely silent. A few seconds later, the voice changed. It became deeper. Hoarse. Not human anymore. "So, you figured it out." Something slammed against the window so hard the glass rattled. I switched on my flashlight and rushed over. There was no one outside. But on the fogged-up glass, invisible fingers slowly traced a sentence. "Don't look into the well."